In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. O humankind, be ever God-fearing, conscious of your Lord, for the quaking of the earth at the hour of doom is a terrible thing indeed. The day you see it, every nursing female will become utterly diverted from what she is nursing, and every pregnant female shall at once deliver her burden out of terror. And you will see people as if they are drunken, though they are not drunken, but rather the torment from God is so very severe. Yet among humankind there is the type of person who argues about God without any revealed knowledge, and who therefore follows every rebellious Satan, those followers of the evil one, regarding whom it has indeed been decreed by God that whoever takes him as a person, he shall indeed lead him astray in this life. Moreover, he shall guide him to the torment of the flaming fire of hell. O humankind, if you are in doubt about the ultimate rising on the day of resurrection, then know that indeed we created all of you originally from dust, then from a sperm drop, then from a clinging clot, then from a morsel-like lump, destined to be either fully formed or left unformed. In this way do we make clear to you God's all-creative might. Thus do we cause to settle in the wombs of their mothers whatever unborns we so will for a stated term. Then we bring you forth as children, so that you may thereafter reach full maturity. Then among you are those who die young, and some of you are reduced by old age to the most abject state of life, such that one, after having had some knowledge, will not know anything. And even so do you see the earth lifeless, But when we send down upon it water, it quivers and swells and grows every delightful variety of plant life. This is so because God is most surely the eternal truth, for it is He alone who gives life to the dead, and it is He alone who is powerful over all things. Thus, the hour of doom is most surely coming. There is no doubt therein, and God shall raise all those who are in the graves to the reckoning. Yet among humankind there is the type of person who argues about God without any revealed knowledge, nor any divine guidance, nor any illuminating heavenly book. He turns himself aside from the truth in disdain in order to lead people astray from the path of God. There shall be for him disgrace in this world. Then we shall make him taste the day of resurrection, the torment of burning in hell fire. It shall be said to him, that is the recompense for all the evil that your two hands have advanced in the world, and never does God wrong his servants in the least. Moreover, among humankind there is the type of person who worships God as if he is teetering on the outermost edge of faith. Thus, if good befalls him, he is at peace with it. But if a trial befalls him, he turns about face back into unbelief. Thus, he loses the good of this world and the bliss of the hereafter. Such is the most manifest loss. He calls upon idols in his worship apart from God, which neither harm him nor benefit him. Such is indeed the uttermost point of misguidance. He calls out to those whose harm is surer than their benefit. A most woeful alliance it is indeed, and a most woeful fellowship. For indeed God shall admit those who believe and do righteous deeds into gardens beneath which rivers flow. Indeed, God does whatever He so intends. Whoever thinks God shall never aid His messenger and make him triumphant in this world and in the hereafter, let him stretch a rope into the sky and climb it. Then let him cut it off and fall to his death to see if perhaps his scheme will at last do away with what has so enraged him. And so it is that with lucid examples we have sent down the Quran's clear verses. For indeed, God guides with it whomever He so wills. So as to those who believe in Islam and those of Jewry and the Sabians and the Christians and the Magians and those who associate gods with God, indeed, God shall judge between them all on the day of resurrection. Indeed, God is a witness over all things. Have you not seen, O Prophet, that it is to God that all the beings in the heavens and all the beings in the earth bow their faces down? And so too the sun and the moon and the stars and the mountains and the trees and the beasts treading the earth. Moreover, many are the people who do so willingly. Thus, for the many who deny God's oneness, the torment shall justly come to pass. And whomever God disgraces, none can give him honor. Indeed, God does whatever He so wills. Behold, the believers and the unbelievers, these two adversaries, contend with one another with regard to true faith in their Lord. Thus, those who disbelieve shall have raiments of fire, tailor-cut for them in the hereafter, and scalding fluid poured over their heads, by which all that is in their bellies, along with their skins, shall be utterly melted. Moreover, whips of iron await them there. Whenever they endeavor to exit from it because of their unceasing anguish therein, they will be returned into it, and it shall be said to them, taste the torment of burning in hell fire. But indeed, God shall admit those who believe and do righteous deeds into gardens beneath which rivers flow. They shall be adorned therein with bracelets of gold and with pearls, and their garments therein shall be silk. Moreover, they shall be guided to the most wholesome of words, for they shall be guided to the way of the all-praised One. Indeed, those who have disbelieved and who have barred others from the path of God and from access to the sacred mosque in Mecca, which we have made for all people, both the dwellers there and the visitors from elsewhere alike, and who only intend therein to deviate from true religion with some blasphemous or profane wrongdoing. We shall make such as these taste the most painful torment. For behold, we established for Abraham the place of the holy house in Mecca, saying, you shall not associate anything with me as a god, and you shall purify my house for those who circle round it in my worship, and who stand and bow their faces down to the ground in the prayer. Moreover, you shall proclaim among all people the duty of the Hajj pilgrimage. They shall come to you on foot and on every lean mount. They shall come through every faraway passage, that they may observe many benefits for themselves, and mention much the name of God during the known days of Hajj pilgrimage over what He has provided them of grazing beasts to sacrifice. So eat of them and feed the afflicted ones, the indigent poor. Then, after completing the Hajj pilgrimage rituals, let them end their unkemptness from pilgrim sanctity and fulfill their personal vows and circle around the ancient house of the Kaaba in my worship. All this has God commanded. Thus, whoever honors the sacred rites of God, that is best for him with his Lord in this life and the hereafter. Lawful for you as food is the flesh of cattle, except what is recited to you in the Quran as forbidden. So shun the abomination of idol worship. Moreover, shun speaking any false word, being ever upright of heart toward God, without associating anything with Him in worship. For whoever associates gods with God is like one who has fallen from heaven, whom birds then snatch mid-air into pieces, or whom the wind blows to a far-off place. All this has God commanded, and whoever honors the prescribed rituals and waymarks of God, then indeed it is out of the fear of God in their hearts. There are lawful benefits for you in the animals designated as charitable offerings of sacrifice until the stated term of their slaughter. Then their due place of sacrifice is toward the ancient house of the Kaaba. For each faith community, we have appointed sacred rites, so that they may mention the name of God over any grazing beasts that they sacrifice as charitable offerings from whatever He has provided them. Thus, your God is one God. Therefore, submit yourselves to Him alone. Moreover, give glad tidings to those who humble themselves, those who, when God is mentioned, their hearts tremble, and who are patient with whatever afflicts them, and who duly establish the prayer, and who spend in charity out of what we have provided them. As for the charitable offerings of camels and cattle at the Hajj pilgrimage, we have made the benefit of sacrificing them among the prescribed rituals and waymarks of God for you. In them there is much good for you. So mention the name of God over them as they stand in ranks for sacrifice. Then, when they collapse upon their flanks, you may butcher their meat to eat of them yourselves and to feed both the self-restrained needy and the suppliant poor. Thus have we subjugated the sacrificial animals to feed you all, so that you may all give thanks to God. Never shall any part of their flesh nor their blood reach God, but rather it is your devotion inspired by the fear of God in you that reaches Him. Therefore has He subjugated them to you, that you shall extol God, the Creator, for the blessing of faith to which He has guided you. So give glad tidings to those who excel in doing good. Indeed, God Himself defends those who believe against evil. And most surely, God does not love anyone who betrays his trust of faith, and who is ever an unbelieving ingrate. Permission to fight back is given to those who believe, who are being fought because they have been wronged. And indeed, God is all able to give them victory. These are the ones who have been expelled from their homes without any right, for nothing more than saying, "Our Lord is God alone." For had God not decreed to repel some people by means of others, demolition would certainly have come to many hermitages and churches and synagogues and mosques in which the name of God is much mentioned in praise. Yet most surely God shall support whoever supports faith in Him. Indeed, God is most surely all-powerful, overpowering. These are the ones who, when we set them in authority over the land, they duly establish the prayer and give the zakah, charity, and enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong. Yet to God alone belongs the ultimate end of all affairs. Thus, if they who disbelieve belie you, O Prophet, so too before them did the people of Noah and the tribes of Ad and Samud belie their prophets, and the people of Abraham and the people of Lot did likewise, and so did the inhabitants of Midian. Moreover, Moses too was belied. Yet I granted respite to the disbelievers for a time, but thereafter I seized them suddenly. How awesome then was my denunciation of them all. Then how many a city before, whose inhabitants belied their messengers, have we devastated while it was doing wrong. Thus are they yet desolate and toppled upon their roofs. And how many an unattended well and lofty palace are forsaken there. So have they who deny faith not journeyed through the lands and seen enough of such ends so as to have their hearts awakened to understand with them, and their ears opened, so that they may truly hear with them. For it is not the eyes that become blind, but the hearts within the breasts that go blind. Thus, only in defiance do they ask you, O Prophet, to hasten the promised punishment of which you have forewarned them, and never shall God fail to fulfill His promise. Yet, indeed, a day with your Lord is like 1,000 years of what you count on earth. Thus, how many a city did I respite while it was doing wrong. Then I seized it in the midst of its unbelief. For to me alone is the ultimate destiny. O Prophet, say, O humanity, indeed, I am but a clear forewarner of God's nearing judgment, sent to all of you. Yet, as for those who believe and do righteous deeds, for them with God is much forgiveness for their sins, and a generous provision in the gardens of delight. But as for those who strive to confute our revealed verses, so as to frustrate the establishment of our message, these are the companions of hellfire. For never have we sent any messenger or prophet before you, but that when he recited God's revelation, hoping ardently to guide people, Satan cast evil whisperings into people's thoughts about what in hope he had recited. However, God annuls whatever Satan may cast to obscure truth. Then God confirms His revealed signs, for God alone is all-knowing, all-wise. Thus he makes whatever whisperings Satan may cast a trial for those hypocrites in whose doubting hearts there is a sickness, and for those disbelievers whose hearts are hardened. Thus it is only the godless wrongdoers who are indeed in uttermost schism from the truth. For thereby as well those who are given knowledge of faith and revelation know that it is the revealed truth from your Lord that they have been given. Therefore they believe in it, and thus do their hearts become humble before Him. And indeed, God shall most surely guide all those who believe to a straight way of salvation. As for the disbelievers, they will not cease to be in doubt about this Quran until the hour of doom comes upon them suddenly, or there comes to them before this the torment of a desolating day. All the dominion on that day, wherein is the hour of judgment, belongs to God alone. He will judge between them all. So, those who believe and do righteous deeds in life shall in the hereafter be resident in the perpetual garden of delight. But those who have disbelieved and belied our natural and revealed signs, then such as these are the ones for whom there is a disgracing torment awaiting in the hereafter. As to those who have immigrated in the path of God, then are killed or die, most surely God will provide them with the most excellent provision in the hereafter. For indeed, God alone is the best of providers. Most surely, He shall admit them into paradise with an entrance that well pleases them. For God alone is most surely all-knowing, most forbearing. That is so. Moreover, whoever among the believers repays aggression with a punishment that is not in excess of the like of that with which he has been wrongly punished, and who thereafter is unjustly wronged in retaliation, God will most surely aid him in attaining justice. Indeed, God alone is assuredly all pardoning, all forgiving. That aid is sure, for it is the invincible God who makes the night penetrate into the daylight, and who makes the daylight penetrate into the night. And because God alone is ever all-hearing, all-seeing, that aid is sure because God is most surely the eternal truth, while that which they call upon apart from Him is itself utterly false. For indeed it is God alone who is most surely the ever exalted, the All-Great. Have you not seen, O Prophet, that it is God alone who sends down from the sky water? Then, behold, the earth becomes green. Indeed, God is subtle, all aware. To Him alone belongs all that is in the heavens and all that is in the earth. And indeed, it is God alone who is the self-sufficient, the all-praised. Do you not see that it is God who has subjugated for you all that is in the earth and the ships that run through the sea by His command? Moreover, it is He alone who upholds the sky so that it does not drop upon the earth except by His permission. Indeed, to all people, God is all kind, mercy giving. And He is the one, O humankind, who gave you life. Then He shall cause you to die. Then again He shall give you life on Judgment Day. Indeed, the human being is most surely an unbelieving ingrate. For each faith community, we have appointed sacred rites which they must devoutly observe, so as to the unbelievers, do not let them draw you into any dispute over this matter, O Prophet. Rather, call to the way of your Lord. For indeed, you are most surely upon a path of straight guidance. But if ever they dispute with you, then say, God is most knowing of all that you do. God will judge between all of you on the day of resurrection about that which you have been disputing. Do you not know that God knows full well all that is in the heaven and the earth? Indeed, all that is in a preserved heavenly book. Indeed, that for God is ever so easy. They worship other things apart from God, for which He has not sent down any authority, and about which they do not have any real knowledge. Thus, for the godless wrongdoers, there shall not be any helper against God's punishment. Yet, when our revealed verses are recited to them as clear evidence that God is one, you recognize malevolent denial in the faces of those who disbelieve. They would nearly attack those who recite our verses to them. Say to them, shall I tell you then of what is worse than this? It is the fire of hell that God has promised to all those who disbelieve, and a most woeful destination it is. O humankind, a parable is here set forth, so listen to it. Indeed, those beings whom you call upon apart from God can never create so much as a fly, even if they were all to come together for that purpose. Rather, if a fly were to rob them of even a mere speck of anything, never could they even retrieve it from it. Most feeble are the seeker and the sought. Thus they have not esteemed God with his rightful esteem. Indeed, God alone is most surely all-powerful, overpowering. It is God alone who chooses messengers from the angels and from people to convey his revelation. Indeed, God is all hearing, all seeing. He knows what lies before them and what lies behind them. Indeed, to God alone are all matters returned for just judgment. O you who believe, bow in your prayer and bow down to the ground as well, worshipping your Lord alone. Moreover, do much good in life, so that you may succeed. Thus, strive, O believers, for the sake of God, to uphold his commandments with the kind of striving that is thoroughly worthy of him. For it is He alone who has chosen you for His faith, nor has He placed on you any undue strain in your religion. It is the sacred way of your forefather Abraham, and it is He alone who has in honor named you Muslims in the scriptures of old and in this Quran, so that Muhammad, the messenger of God, may be a witness to God's truth before all of you, and that you may in turn be witnesses to the revealed truth before all people. So, duly establish the prayer and give the zakah, charity, and hold fast to God with all certainty. He alone is your patron. Then, how commendably blessed a patron is God, and how commendably blessed a supporter.